pulling up news and stuff so that way.
That's the cat, right? This is the cat doing it?
Yeah. What is he doing?
Are we about to see a cat's face?
Oh, that's Jester doing it. Oh, God.
Behind the monitor.
Oh, man.
God damn it, cat.
I love it.
This is why we
I
do a
love it.
video podcast.
Oh my God!
She's behind the monitor fucking with the camera. Yeah, she was. Now she's out there.
I see what your problem is here. You're not using zip ties to keep your cord secure.
Oh, you see, I used to do zip ties. I've switched off that. I've got the Velcro ties now.
My cable management?
Ooh, those are better, yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are reusable. Those are way better.
Mm-hmm. I got those just to keep things together, but to keep the cats from screwing with the cords and whatnot, I've got that wire mesh covering.
Ooh.
Yeah, those are so nice.
I got a bunch of this plastic cable and cover stuff.
Yeah.
So instead of chicken wire, it's cat wire.
It's a Sunday. It's Labor Day weekend. Everyone,
True.
Has time off. They're just chilling. And we had a bunch of fucking wrestling this past week.
Yeah, we did.
Dude.
Yeah, we did.
I saw wrestling.
Yeah, what shows did you see, Walsh? I'm assuming Bash in Berlin, and that's it.
That was the one last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Some.
Good.
I saw some of it.
Yeah, because the main things I wanted to talk about with you guys here today on the podcast is the European shows, All Out versus Bash in Berlin. Or All In.
Both amazing shows.
All
I was going to say All In,
All
brother.
Out is
All In,
next
brother.
week. Is next.
Yes, it is.
God.
I think you made all those up.
I almost did. I could have invented a new one.
I would have just said yes regardless, so...
Actually, I think TNA Emergence is another one that just happened too.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
I didn't watch that, though. I'm not going to lie.
No, I'm going to catch up with it later. I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it yet. But regardless, the one that, we didn't get a chance to talk about really last week is what happened last Sunday at Wembley. Dude, AEW, their TV is, whatever. It has its up weeks, its down weeks. Their pay-per-views don't miss.
No, they do not. They are amazing.
Yeah. Let me pull up the card, because pre-show was nuts. 16-man tag match. Mixed tag with Willow and Ishii versus Statlander and Stokely. Then a 10-man tag match with the Von Erichs, Sammy Guevara, Shibata, Dustin Rhodes against the Undisputed Kingdom, Cage of Agony, which is Bishop Khan, Brian Cage, and Toa Leona.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane. I want to give a shout out to Stokely and Willow and Ishii and Statlander, because theirs was probably the more entertaining of the matches on the pre-show. And I also got a question: who the fuck was the agent for the one with Sammy Guevara and Brian Cage? Because they both came out wearing fucking Wolverine themed gear, and they're on opposite teams.
Well, I mean, let's be real. Multiverse. It works.
I mean, multiverse works, absolutely. And yes, Dustin was wearing Deadpool themed gear.
Mm-hmm.
But, Brian Cage, his nickname for years now is Swolverine. He's gonna rock some Wolverine gear.
Of course.
Why don't you guys talk about it ahead of time, so you're not clashing? Or at least be on the same team.
Sometimes you show up to the dance in the same dress. You gotta deal with it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real here. We got to see many different Wolverines in Deadpool and Wolverine. Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah. They know Wolverine's in it. They. Let's
do
face
they?
it, no, I mean, ever since the second day the movie was released, they started putting spoilers out in social media. like from the studio, and not I was about to say Van Wilder, fucking Ryan Reynolds.
Great movie, by the way.
Oh yeah, huge fan.
Probably doesn't hold up. Probably doesn't hold up now, but
I'm gonna say it probably doesn't.
There's a couple things I can think of.
You know what I'd want them to do? So you know who Van Wilder is based off of, right?
No, not that.
Yes. Walsh has got it. Burt Kreischer.
Burt Kreischer.
Yeah. Van Wilder is based off of an interview he did for, I think it was like Playboy back in the day.
Wow.
Where they were just talking about his life because he was like a notorious partier at like, I think Florida State or something like that.
I have no idea where.
Yeah. But back in the day, that was his like whole thing, was just being known as the guy who, was the partier before like he was known as the Machine for his stand up and shit.
But still the partier.
Yeah.
I don't think he's given up the party lifestyle.
No, he has not. But
I know he's on Joe Rogan a lot, or was at least.
He was at least, yeah. They were friends. Now he does.
They were friends for a bit, yeah.
He's got
Two Bears, One Cave.
Yes, with Tom Segura. Yeah.
Is that still happening? I thought that was done.
Was it? I have no idea.
I don't think
it was a thing at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think Tom Segura walked away from that.
Yeah, I mean, he's rich enough that he doesn't need to do anything anymore now.
Well, he has his own podcast, I believe, still with his wife.
I don't watch it. Or something is what it's called.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. I don't watch it, or listen. But listen to ours.
Yeah. I mean, they would be right now if they're listening to you say.
Oh yeah.
Tell your friends to listen to ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then have their friends tell their friends, and then eventually it'll all trickle down.
Mm-hmm. It's trickle down economics and podcasting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just tell all your friends there's punch and pie.
Yep.
We were told there was punch and pie. No, I could see them remaking Van Wilder and just using Burt Kreischer now in that role, and then making it updated for today's audiences and making it work.
Where it's like sad and depressing because he's like a 50-year-old man that's still in college and like hasn't stopped since he got there.
Or he's got that Robin Williams disease from Jack, where he just looks like he's 40, but he's really like 15.
Okay, that's it.
I forgot all about that movie.
We need a reboot of Van Wilder / Jack, where Jack is
Jack Wilder.
Jack Wilder. Yep.
Jack
and then
Wilder.
and Toss Up, right? The sequel.
Mm-hmm.
We pull an Alien to Aliens. We go from comedy to like hardcore action. He's got name.
Him and Benjamin Button team up in a rogue private detective agency.
Yeah, because they both got canned from the force.
And just like the original Jack, it's directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
Yo. I'd watch this.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch this.
Yeah, I do. I am so curious about what's his next movie, Megalopolis or whatever it's called, with Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Have you seen the scuttlebutt about that?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they had like a teaser for it and whatnot, and like people were like, "Oh, that looks interesting," and it went to, I think, Cannes or something like that, some film festival, and there was both a standing ovation that was like several minutes long, and also reviews of it being like, "This movie sucks, and it's trash," and so like already off the bat, like so far like early reviews are mixed to say the least. Anyway, they put out the first real trailer like last week, and it opens up with fake pull quotes for reviews of Francis Ford Coppola's previous movies like Godfather and stuff. Like just talking, like shitting on his previous movies from known critics.
Oh my God.
And like, people obviously are like, wait a minute, I didn't say that about, Godfather, obviously. And they pulled that trailer down, and people think that they're like, are you like doing this marketing by AI? What is this decision?
I was just gonna say that. Oh my
it.
god, yeah. I mean, Oprah's about to do some stupid ass special about AI, so
she's got to, peek her head up every couple of years to try and stay relevant.
Well, yeah, she needs that money.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get those
wasn't
stickers
enough.
on books.
Yep.
Do they still have books?
I'm sure.
No, they went extinct.
Oh,
Yeah, unfortunately.
it's just PDFs now.
Whoa. That is a term that is ruined.
It really is. Especially
like,
when
I
you're
use
talking
it.
about Oprah.
Yeah. Oh god.
Mm-hmm. How many horrible people in Hollywood has she been photographed with?
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, wrestling.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. Main card for All In, we had the 4-way London ladder match to actually open up the main show. This ruled. This was just so much silly fun. I've heard reports from people that were at the show, and they're like, why are all these ladders so small? Do we have smaller ladders in London than they do in America? And then they realized, oh no, they were saving the big ladders for the end when, God, who was it? Juice Robinson takes the bump off the top of the really tall ladder and falls crotch first on the top rope.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously, watch, it was like a 16-foot ladder fall onto his balls.
Right onto him.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yep. But
It was a great match, though. I think, as usual, though, Christian Cage steals the show.
Dude,
so
Christian Cage is like the perfect wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, he is the most complete wrestler. He can put together a match. He knows how to tell a story in the match. He's got the athletics to do what he needs to do in there. He can do all of like the facial expressions, the emotions that you need to get across. He can sell a promo. He can he's wearing a turtleneck, but the dude is still jacked even at like fucking 50 years old or however old he is.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. The only downside is Vince McMahon hated his face, so he never wanted to see him on TV.
I know, and it's so awful because like the dude is such a good storyteller. Like, and his kayfabe on point. On point. Interviews that I see him in, when what's his face is brought up, Edge.
Yeah.
He always makes sure to both praise Adam Copeland and then shit on him right after. Because you have to stay in character at all times. At all times.
Yeah, I think that goes back to their podcast, ENC's Pod of Awesome, I think is what it's called. Back in the day when they were both like on the shelf from injuries and whatnot, and they were just, oh man, they were just chopping it up like you wouldn't believe. I hope they bring that back when they both eventually like retire again.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love that. I mean, those two together are fire.
That's where I got the nicknames that we used for Live D&D, the Flip Sunset and Paul Smackage. That's where I got them. I lifted it directly from those two.
Oh, I love it. We play D&D sometimes, audience. We haven't played in a while together.
Yeah,
it's been a little bit. We've all been pretty busy.
Been a while. We got some Baldur's Gate in though.
We did, which is nice. We need to do more of that.
Yeah,
at some point. But there's so much things to record, so little time. Oh,
I know. We need like another day in the week.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because I know, like, we've been talking about this a little bit off camera, but like we're looking at potentially streaming in the future too, like streaming live stuff. And it's like we need like an extra 2 days just to be able to do all this.
Yeah, I would really like to do a watch along live with people on like the bigger shows. That's what I'd really like to do. I think that'd be a blast. Like us just hanging out, watching a show, and just, shitting on the whole thing the entire time.
Oh, it'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be so much fun. It'd be like our GM mode, except, actual people.
Yeah, we can have a real audience. Like in the moment.
Getting the actual
Maybe we
feedback.
can get a world's favorite dad.
Dude, I swear I saw World's Favorite Dad at, God, I think it was when I was watching SmackDown. I think I saw him in Germany. He was in like the rampway, wearing some CM Punk gear. I think I saw him.
Yes. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. That dude is awesome. I kept seeing him over and over again. Yeah, he's right along the rampway. Just at, like, it's about like a third of the way from the bottom.
Yeah, if Editing Derek can find him and superimpose him right here and have our World's Favorite Dad from GM mode next to him by side, that'd be amazing. But I'm not going to put too much pressure on him. He's going to have a long day.
I'm going to try to get Editing Derek to do it.
Yeah.
It just matters what happens in the moment of when he's editing. Because sometimes he's there and he's like, I'm going to do all these things.
Yep.
And then we get restricted.
Mm-hmm.
So it really just depends on his mood. He's omnipotent. He's omniscient. He knows all. He sees all.
He does. And he does not care. He is not.
No, he does not.
Ever.
Let's see. Another next match on the card. This one could have stolen the show for me, but Mariah May and Toni Storm for the Women's World Championship. Holy shit, was this awesome.
This was an amazing match.
Mm-hmm. Like, going in, like, they had the story and everything like that, and I think people underestimated just how hard-hitting of wrestlers Toni Storm and Mariah May are, because, Jesus, this was a brutal fucking match.
Yeah, I was not expecting blood in this match.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten to the point where I rarely expect blood in a match, to be honest with you. So when it does happen, it really stands out to me nowadays.
Especially with Moxley, like, changing gears and no longer bleeding every show.
Right.
Like, that was a thing. That was just what he did. Like, every time he was in a match, he's like, I'm gonna bleed, son. That's what we're doing, brother.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This was like beautiful wrestling, beautiful storytelling. It was emotional.
Yeah,
a little bit of a whistle there. But it was emotional.
Yeah, it had everything.
I mean, Tony going after with the shoe.
And then pulling back.
Yeah.
And God,
great match.
Like Mariah May at the beginning of the match, like she's got, her whole gimmick, like, is, she calls herself the Glamour and whatnot. She looks flawless. Her hair is perfect. Her makeup is pristine. And by the end of it, she's just a bloody wreck. And she's like, this is one of, I would say, two of the matches on this card that were getting over in defeat, because Toni Storm still over as fuck and like still immensely popular, and she lost. Like, she's not the champion anymore, but like people are still gonna cheer her like nothing happened. They still love her to death.
When it's matches like these, honestly, that'll get remembered the most. It doesn't matter who won and who lost it. Like the story that was told in, what was that, like a 20-minute match, I think. 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Shorter than I thought. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thought it might have been like a 20. It felt like a quick match regardless, because it was just, everything just kept going on. But I don't know, man. This is gonna catapult her career. This was amazing. And what better stage than fucking Wembley? You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is one of those matches that deserve to be on like the biggest show that they have of the year, easily. I probably would have switched this and the Mercedes Moné and Britt Baker match in like position on the card.
Yeah, I agree with that. Before we even talk about the Britt Baker match, I would just say that I wish this one was longer than that match.
Yeah, that one went for 17 minutes.
Yeah, I wish that one was 10 minutes.
Yeah. You know which one was 10 minutes and should have been 5? The next match, which was Hook and Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
There was some good stuff.
Hobo Hook.
Yeah, there was some good stuff with Big Bill and Brian Keith and the moment with Taz locking the submission on Brian Keith. But that's like the only thing that match needed. That was like just that moment. That's all they really should have done. The thing with the cricket balls being poured onto the mat didn't work at all.
No, it was kind of dumb. It was just like, hey, we're in England. Let's do something that they know. Let's put some cricket balls out there.
Yeah, it was really weak. I think it was really just because Chris Jericho wanted Fozzy to play Wembley again, just so he could say he did it.
You beat me freaking to it. I was just gonna say this was all an excuse for Fozzy to be on the live stage like this.
Yeah, again.
Don't get me wrong. There was some good wrestling. But there was one gimmick I did not need and I wish they didn't do, which was, I'm not blind. This was all a ploy.
Yeah, that was pointless.
I can actually see. Like, what the heck was the point? Yes, what was the point of that?
They did that before with Jon Moxley back in the day in like the first year of AEW.
Yeah. Or like Adam Page. With his, like, how many times are we gonna get an eye patch or something? Like, stop it.
Yeah, it's so unnecessary.
Stop it.
Like, I get the idea of selling a fireball by like, I was blinded or whatever, but it's gotta last more than a couple of weeks, you know?
Right. At least put like a contact in that makes it look like your eye's a little opaque.
Rey Mysterio style when he lost his eye in the Money in the Bank. He took no, was it Money in the Bank where he took the steel steps to the eye? Like,
I think so. Yeah, I think it was Money in the Bank.
It was around that time, yeah. Because I think it was the pandemic Money in the Bank where he got thrown off the roof of WWE Titan Towers and they just killed him.
Oh my god.
We're
doing insurance fraud today, boys. Throws body double off.
Yeah. Three-way tag team match for the World Tag Team Champions. Young Bucks versus FTR versus the Acclaimed. Honestly, this one is just okay. I expect a little bit more from the teams in here, but it wasn't bad. It was just like okay, which when you're talking about a Young Bucks match, that's kind of an indictment of them because they don't do okay matches.
Yeah, I think because there was too much going on with this match, honestly. It was hard to focus on things overall.
Yeah.
I mean, we still got to see EVP Trigger to was it Dax?
Maybe.
And we got to see the Acclaimed in, which is nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This like multi-rivalry stuff is starting to get a little out of hand. So,
I mean,
at the same time,
at the end of it was the grizzled young veterans coming out, and this could be the shot in the arm that like the AEW tag team division needs. Just some fresh blood in it.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
It's been Young Bucks, FTR, and the Acclaimed for like the past year now.
Well, I think one of the first things that needs to change is the Bucks need to lose the belts. And this was a point to do it, in my opinion. Yeah.
They might be setting that up for, a future show or something else that they want to bring in. I think you're right that they need to drop the belts, but I think more importantly, it might be time for them to change up their shtick.
I agree with that too, actually. Yeah. Nothing against it, but they normally are really good at evolving over time really fast with things that with like how the wrestling fans are kind of gauging everything. But I do feel like this one's overstayed its welcome. I don't know. I want something a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe give us like the Hobo Bucks.
The Hobo Bucks. They're no longer EVPs. Their contracts have been canceled.
Uh huh.
Yeah. I mean, that could work. I could see them having fun with that. And
like have one of them coming out like eating trash.
Mm-hmm. Like turning it up a notch. They're selling their shoes to the crowd.
Yo, yes.
Like they're
Walk by some kid with nachos. You done with those?
Yeah.
If I finished?
Yeah.
Oh, I see you didn't finish that cheese in that cup. You want that still?
Just looking it out. Oh,
Oh,
no, that'd be
man.
fun.
But it would be. It would be. But I mean, overall, it was still a good match overall.
Yeah.
I just think the biggest downside was how much was actually happening all at once. It's weird how sometimes less is more is actually better in wrestling, but I feel like this would have been the match for less is more.
And especially with a team like the Bucks, like they're usually really good at those, insane matches where there's too much happening that you can't keep track of it. They're usually very good at managing those style of matches to make it, actually amazing. Like anytime they've done Anarchy in the Arena, where it seems like the cameras can't keep up with all the action happening all over the place and it's just chaos. They usually manage that style a little bit better, and I don't know like what didn't click. I think it was just people didn't like the build for this match and they weren't really invested in it,
Yeah, I mean, I can't deny it. I was not that invested throughout the match, so
But
it's unfortunate, but it was still a decent match.
Yeah. You know what ruled though was the Casino Gauntlet match.
Yeah. Yes.
I've seen a lot of takes online of people saying this should be its own pay-per-view because it's so much fun.
I agree with that actually completely.
Yeah.
Do a men and women's division for this.
They've got the roster for it.
It's like reverse Royal Rumble. Yeah. I love it. You want to be in earlier because the earlier a pin happens, it's just over.
Yeah.
And honestly, this pretty much stole the show in many ways. Like this could easily be its own thing.
It could easily be its own thing. I mean, first out there, you got Orange Cassidy and Okada. Like, how do you build from there? And then, guess who's coming out next? We've got Nigel McGuinness out of retirement coming here.
No one
cheers like you wouldn't believe.
So from what I've read, even a lot of the backstage people didn't know about that until the last little bit of time beforehand.
Yeah. I think that's just because they A, don't want word getting out, but B, they want everybody else to be surprised too. Because you're putting on a show like this, I imagine that stress levels are high, and a lot of people are just the nerves are racking. But they want to have a surprise for everybody in the back to kind of remind them this is supposed to be fun.
Oh yeah, it's hella carny in a good way. You know what I mean? I loved it. I did not expect it.
No.
Honestly, that was a big one for me. I was real happy to see Nigel out there. This entire match was just amazing from beginning to end. This was awesome.
Yeah.
Was it Kyle O'Reilly came out next after that, I think?
Kyle O'Reilly, Zack Sabre Jr., fresh off the G1, which is insane.
Yeah.
Because he won the G1 Climax this year. He's the second non-Japanese wrestler to do it.
Yeah, but didn't you say something about it took him 8 years?
Yeah. You know who did it in the first try? Kenny by God Omega.
Hell yeah, baby. Yeah. The belt collector himself. Mr. One-Winged Angel.
Yeah, God. Legitimately, I think it was for the first 2 decades of it, Inoki was the most winning wrestler of the G1. Surprisingly, you know who else won? Hulk Hogan, apparently.
That actually tracks because I don't know if you knew this, Alex. I don't think it's ever been brought up ever on our channel, but Hulk Hogan can time travel.
Yeah. Little known fact about the Hulkster, besides being a right-wing grifter these days, he's a time traveler.
Yep.
Yeah. He's going to erase that from history in a couple of years. Don't worry.
Oh, he will. He will. Because, again, time traveler.
Mm-hmm.
He has found a way to fly between Japan and America, and instead of it being 365 days a year, 400.
Dude. He's a wrestling machine.
He moves through time so slow. He takes his time.
Well, he has to now. He's done so many leg drops, he's lost 3 inches of height. His spine's compressed.
Is it that, or being the only one to ever slam what's his face down
Andre the
on
Giant?
the mat? Andre the Giant, yeah. And only ever did it one time, despite training to do it and doing it a bunch of times on house shows and. Yeah, not a liar though.
Yeah, don't forget about discovering the Undertaker when filming Suburban Commando, despite the Undertaker already being under contract with the WWF.
Not a liar though.
Not a liar. No, not a liar. No.
He's only lying if he knows it's a falsehood. he might really believe it. Who knows at this point?
With all the CTE, brother, I wouldn't doubt it that the Hulkster might believe some of these things now. So
that and the steroids rot in his brain.
Yeah, yeah.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah. Rest of the gauntlet match, though, we got Ricochet making his debut at AEW, and God, I want to see him moving at full speed again, and just showing people what he can actually do. It's exciting, but he's got to change his pants, man. He's got to go back to the tights. The little flared pants do not work for me.
Not a fan. Doesn't make him fly faster, despite all he thinks. Yeah. I loved it though. It was a great entrance for Ricochet, and then, God, man, it really showed off how good he actually is and how chained down he was by WWE.
Dude, the vertical leap off that drop kick. Insane. Yes. From a standstill.
I think he is one of the shots in the arm that AEW needs, personally.
No.
And I think he will bring a lot to the table.
And people are just going to be waiting for that Will Ospreay match, and it's going to happen. But there's going to be so many other matches that he's going to have so much fun with. Because, they're going to run him versus Pac. Absolutely. That's going to be a thing.
Oh, God, yeah.
Dude.
It's going to be a great match. Oh, my God.
Oh, I'm so excited for it.
But there was a little thing that happened, though, in this match. Killswitch came out as my favorite moniker, Luchasaurus.
Oh, yeah. The wrestling dinosaur.
Alex knows I fucking love Luchasaurus.
Yeah, he fucking rules.
Fucking love. And when he switched to Killswitch, I was mad. I was like, no, you gotta stay a dinosaur, brother. I love dinosaurs. Stop it.
You just think of him as Denver the Last Dinosaur, but a wrestler?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like, no one's supposed to know he's a dinosaur. But he's a dinosaur.
Yeah, literally. And it makes me think that that friendship is a lot more shaky than first realized with Christian Cage.
I wouldn't describe it as a friendship, though. I would describe it more as like, what's the word I'm looking for here? He's got him subjugated. He's got him hypnotized.
Yeah, I didn't want to go that far.
Bamboozled, hoodwinked.
Well,
flim-flammed.
It's basically like tricking your pet because you give them treats.
Yeah. My favorite part of it, though, is when they had the Trios Championships and Christian Cage would just hold all the belts for all three of them.
Or when he gave what's her face the belt and said that she produced magnificent children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nick Wayne's mom.
yeah, fucking love that moment. Like, Luchasaurus's face was like, what the fuck?
Dude,
So good.
They're so much
So
fun.
good. They
Oh.
are.
Also got shout out Hangman Adam Page coming out and just
Mm-hmm.
murdering people. Like the run he has been on since he came back as just pissed off cowboy is so much fun because it's just rage. He's just motivated by rage and nothing else. And it's just so the way he hits and makes things look and feel like no, he is actually trying to murder this person is something to behold.
Well, okay. This and it leads into who is the next person who came out, which was Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, Double J.
I believe Hangman Page is partly responsible for Jeff Jarrett potentially turning babyface.
Potentially turning babyface. Okay, Derek, I don't know if you know this, but overseas, Double J is beloved.
Oh, I know.
Like going back to the TNA days, because they used to do like house shows all the time on like a circuit over in the UK, and he just endeared himself to the public over there.
I love him. I love Jeff Jarrett, man. I love that he always uses a guitar. It just adds to that like cowboy vibe that hits just right.
Yeah, Last Outlaw.
And yes, thank you. I couldn't remember the exact moniker in the moment, but he fucking laid Adam Page out, man.
Dude, that guitar shot, I love it.
Oh,
there is just something about a Jeff Jarrett guitar shot that just hits like nothing else. You know, it's gonna happen, you know it's coming, and you still get so excited for it when it happens.
it's so good, especially because like in reality, that type of bump isn't that bad because acoustic guitars are hollow for the most part,
And it's already gimmicked as fuck.
Yeah, so the thing just shatters.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so awesome. It's so awesome.
My favorite gimmick guitar that he would use is the one that had the pyro attached to it, and he would like shoot sparks up into the sky.
Yeah.
But yeah, wonderful match. Next one that was, to no surprise, is a fucking banger, but Will Ospreay and MJF. God, this was fun. This was just fun.
So I'm going to start this off by saying I did not expect this to end the way it did.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about Daniel Garcia, too, huh?
Yeah. Yes. This was an amazing match. I know we've talked about this on some of our other stuff a little bit with the entrances, especially Ospreay's entrance, the Assassin's Creed entrance.
That ruled.
Oh, man. But the match itself, fucking amazing. Amazing. I mean, these two were giving 120%, man.
Yeah. Now, Walsh, since you didn't get to watch this live or at all, Will Ospreay comes out to an Assassin's Creed branded entrance. He's wearing Assassin's Creed themed gear. He's got a hidden blade. He's got people doing like parkour flipping around him. They got Ezio, the voice of Ezio, to do the introduction for him. And
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was rad as hell. And then it's followed up by MJF making his entrance, dressed up like Apollo Creed from Rocky.
Yep. It was like
Wait,
Apollo.
Are we in October? What's going on here?
Dude, it was like literally, it was like Apollo Creed mixed with Lex Luger.
Yeah, because he had the Lex Luger trunks underneath.
Oh. Dude, so awesome.
And then he had the giant American MJF flag behind him where the stars are his face.
So I know some people aren't over on this this gimmick going on with him with this like hyper national, but like it just shows you how stupid nationalists are, and I love that. I freaking love it. He plays the part so goddamn well. And
we could get into what happened on the rest of the following Dynamite afterwards, but immediately he dropped the American gimmick from his whole persona the second he lost that title. And he's like, I'm renouncing my American citizenship. This country sucks. You're all a bunch of fucking marks.
Oh, man. Which, again, that's exactly how nationalists are. The moment they get some pushback, they just are like, well, fuck this. I'm taking my sandcastle and going home. And then they break it and they leave with like a hand of sand. But not even pocket sand, just hand sand.
Yeah, but pocket sand is a must.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
Stay alive.
It is.
Honestly, this one just fucking rolled.
Yeah. So I like a lot of technical wrestling when it's counteracted by like being used like against a high flyer normally. And I love that Osprey can just shift between the styles really quickly. This match had a lot of reversals, had a lot of counters. It was an amazing match.
And the build for Will using the Tiger Driver 91 actually paying off. Like, it's so rare that you have, a single move being built up as a kill shot and having it be this effective.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, the dude is like a homing missile, though. You know that. Like, no matter what he does, he hits on target. Like, he might as actually be a fucking assassin, for all we know.
Except for the one spot where he hit the hidden blade on the cameraman.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Good old Assassin's Creed accidental murder with the hidden blade.
Yeah.
Whoops, wrong button.
I was gonna say that's actually on point. The amount of times I've accidentally killed a civilian while walking through them because I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, and you've been desynced.
Yeah. And then you got to restart the whole thing.
Smoke bomb. Not stab. Run.
Oh man.
God.
Oh god.
Speaking of misses, though, was Mercedes Moné versus Britt for the TBS Championship. Everything just seemed out of whack with this one. There was some good, like, legitimate, like, actual, like, moves that worked, like the crossbody from the middle rope, countered. Mercedes actually being able to do her finisher properly, even though it looks terrible still, but when it's successful.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna be too harsh on this, because let's face it, Britt Baker just came back from having a fucking mini stroke, and ring rust is the real thing, and it's hard to come back after something like that and having to get like your bearings again in a ring on a big stage like that. It just sucks.
So I'm not going to really knock the wrestling because it was not on point. Both of them did look rusty in my opinion. Baker obviously more so, but the storytelling was still good. I think overall what was trying to be sold to us was overall sold. It just wasn't done amazingly. So I think if both were like better in the ring, this would have been sold even better. But I don't know. Give it a year, and maybe when they do a rematch in Wembley, it'll look a lot better. But not a bad match.
Won't be Wembley. Next year is going to be in Texas, so it'd have to be.
Oh, that's right.
Year after that, maybe is when they're going back to London. But I don't know if they're going back to Wembley again.
Well, screw it. Have it in Texas, their rematch, and have Baker take the win when she's gotten more of the rust off.
Yeah, have her get some reps in. This is the biggest problem with AEW's women's wrestling is they don't give them enough time to be both on TV and matches in the ring. Like they need to get just time and experience for these women who are great, and they just falter because they don't have enough experience. They get rusty, or they get underutilized, and they just fall flat when it's time to do a big show because guess what? They haven't practiced, they haven't had time to get things right, had to dial it in. They don't know what their chemistry is like.
Yeah, and I feel like this match needed to wait. I think they should have split this into two different matches. Have Mercedes face someone else, and Britt face someone else.
Yeah.
So that Britt could have like a mid-card moment to kind of get the rust off, start getting used to being back, and have Mercedes face like a Willow Nightingale type or something.
Yeah.
And
anybody really.
Yeah. But I will say, Britt Baker did do an Eddie Guerrero moment, which I really liked.
Oh yeah.
Because Eddie, rest in peace, brother, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Every time I see someone pull an Eddie, it stands out to me. So I'll take that.
Yeah, it's really her and Dirty Dominic Mysterio that really do it the best, right?
Honestly, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know I've brought this up for like 3 fucking weeks now, but Dominic literally is like one of the best heels in the business.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If he were to leave WWE, any place would be benefiting from having him there.
Oh my god, could you imagine him at CMLL or AAA and being booked as the greatest luchador alive?
You know what that would be on par with?
What?
That would be on par with Logan Paul going to New Japan and becoming one of the biggest heels in history.
Dude, he has to have like a frog suit gear. That's what he has to do. Like
a Pepe the Frog?
Yeah, like the whole thing.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Oh.
So good.
Now, one of the matches I was looking forward to, and I found out after the fact that it got cut down on time a lot, was the penultimate match, Jack Perry versus Darby in a casket match, or coffin match.
Yeah.
God, I wanted this to be so much more, and we got the moments, but it just felt like they had so much more planned that they didn't get to do.
Yeah, I feel like this one, it definitely needed time. You couldn't rush some of these things. I don't know, like give it like 10 more minutes, and you could have fit a lot of these key moments in better, and it would have actually sold better for me.
I know, like Darby coming out with tacks glued to his face. You know, set the tone for what this match should have been, and it should have been 2 guys trying to murder the absolute fuck out of each other. And unfortunately, like, it was really one-sided. I mean, Darby got a couple of, offensive moves in there, but it was really just Jack battering him for most of 10 minutes. And then, like, because there was that moment where Darby was zipped up in the body bag, and he emerged somehow with his legs and his hands bound. Like, that was supposed to be like an Undertaker moment, like, oh god, you can't kill him. And it didn't feel like that because there wasn't enough like time before that moment happened.
Yes, thank you. Because don't get me wrong, the coffin drop he did as he was bound, badass. Absolutely badass. And I would expect that of Darby Allin. But you need to sell me more on him having that Undertaker moment. You need more time for this to kind of cook along, because I know you're about to get to it, but Sting even made a return.
Yeah.
In this, the Icon came back, and awesome to see. Awesome to see.
He came out to seek and destroy.
Yes, he did.
You can't beat that for Sting. You just can't.
No, you can't. So what was all this missing? Time. Because that felt rushed too.
Yeah. I do appreciate the detail of Sting not coming out until after the match was over, because that's when they were going to set Darby on fire. And he's like, no. This show's over. You've done enough. Look, I know there's no rules really in a coffin match, but that match is over, and it's time for, me to get my pound of flesh for what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
Because he's all about justice.
He is. He is. I mean, that man cares so much about justice. He'll come from the rafters. So
yeah, even if there are no rafters, he'll find a way to rappel in. He'll zip line.
Yep.
I
mean, he'll use a helicopter.
Thank you.
I knew you were trying. I needed to beat you to it. I had to beat you to it.
You had to beat me to one of these. God. Okay. Main event. We've talked about All In enough. We got to do Bash in Berlin too. We got to at least do main event and Bryan Danielson versus Swerve. This match fucked.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
I don't know how to sell this any harder than you need to stop whatever you're doing right now. Pause this. Go watch this match and then come back.
Yep. Yep. And matter of fact, Walsh, are you ready to stand up and go watch the match real quick?
Yeah.
I can't pause real time.
Well, too bad. On the count of 3, boys, we're all going to stand up and go.
No, we're gonna use Hulk Hogan's time travel powers.
Yeah, we'll use his time travel powers. 3, 2, 1. And we're back.
He didn't move.
And
he
we're
didn't move.
back.
He didn't move.
Son of a bitch! I'm gonna zoom in on you while we both get away.
Yeah. But yeah, title versus career. Fuck, Bryan Danielson is the new AEW World Champ, and like everything is right in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was one of those I did not expect because I had called Swerve was gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
But I had expected some sort of shenanigans where Bryan Danielson wouldn't have to leave the company.
Yeah.
But I was real happy with the outcome. I want a belt on Bryan Danielson. He deserves to have a belt on him.
Oh yeah.
This was earned. Like you said, this match fucked. Fucked.
Like I said earlier, like Swerve got over in defeat here. Like
Yeah.
he can still go into any arena in any country and say whose house, and people will say Swerve's house right back to him like nothing happened.
Yep.
And Danielson just proving once again why he's the GOAT.
The dude took a Death Valley driver to his fucking head.
Onto a ring bell.
Onto his neck. Yeah. Like, what the hell? And he kept wrestling.
Dude.
He kept fucking wrestling.
How about his comeback sequence through the power of love for his family while he's just pissing blood out of his face and getting hit in the chest over and over again with those kicks and just shouting to his kids how much he loves them in the front row.
Freaking and Swerve going up to his daughter and being like, I'm going to make sure daddy's home permanently.
Dude.
So good.
Swerve taking the Busaiku knee, falling back a little bit, staying on his feet, and then brushing it off. Like, that's the definition of aura. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. He's like,
yeah.
Boom.
Swerve.
I mean, we even had. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Swerve might be the coolest wrestler to ever work.
Yeah. Well, he got a great new deal. There's been some debate about this deal that he got afterwards. I say get your money.
It was before.
Oh, was it before? Oh, I thought it was just after. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I read that wrong. I thought it was just after. Maybe it was the release of what it was
afterwards, yeah.
Okay. Then that's what it was. But still, get your money, get your bag. You make that paper, and if anything, it's just going to raise the amount of money other wrestlers make, even the lower ones.
Exactly.
A rising tide raises all motherfucking ships. So,
yeah, a lot of contract talk the past 3 weeks, I want to say.
Yeah, it's been big all over. Blue Sky, Threads, even Twitter. Even though I don't have it, it still pops up on my stuff. It's all over the place right now,
dude. I think Ricky Starks is going to be the next. He's always in the background of these contract talks, and they're just he's tired of it. I saw earlier today. He's just look, I don't speak on this kind of stuff usually, but it's tired. He's I never turn down anything ever. Just stop it. Just fucking drop it.
Yeah, just leave it alone. Wait until you see what I sign. When I sign something, you can look at it. You know what I mean? But this match, though, I would say this was an S tier match, personally.
Oh, yeah. I think if you go on Cage Match right now, it is at least AEW's top-rated match of all time.
It makes sense to me. This is one of the best matches I've ever seen from AEW. And it's crazy, too, because we've had some crazy-ass matches, between Hangman and Swerve.
Hangman and Kenny.
Oh, God, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Kenny and Moxley.
Kenny and Danielson.
Yeah, oh, man, dude. We're going to, it's crazy how these type of matches just keep catapulting, but they keep lagging in these other areas and need to also raise.
Yeah, right now, I would say, all of the main event action in AEW, top tier. That is wrestling working at its best level anywhere, ever. The mid card has some fun stuff going on there, You know, like there's good heels in the mid card. I feel like that's where like all the fun is in the mid card, is, you know, your guys like Christian Cage, your MJF, all of that action. You got your Will Ospreay, you know, doing the intercontinental stuff or international stuff. Yeah, but like the women's matches are like you get one really standout match every once in a while, and for the past year, it's just anything with Toni Storm.
Thank you. I was just going to say that. She
is their ace when it comes to women's wrestling, and they just need to like bring everybody up to her level and just like, okay, let them get some more work in. Let them put in some time. I mean, Will Nightingale is infectiously over. Use her more.
Like you're giving Toni the resources for her promos and such, for her storytelling. Give these other women that same time and effort, man.
Yeah, because
you're gonna get some greatness. Yeah, women's wrestling is awesome, especially when you don't take it as like a joke, like the Vince types and shit did.
Yeah,
like there's some great storytelling to be told.
We finally got an
damn
announcement.
good athlete.
Yeah, we finally got an announcement on that Vince McMahon Netflix documentary. It's going to be a mini series, a docu-series on Netflix, and they are not shying away from anything they've said.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That comes out in a few weeks, doesn't it?
I think so. Let me pull up. I think it's called Mr. McMahon.
I think so, yeah. It's been popping up everywhere for me, though.
Yeah. Mr. McMahon on Netflix. Yeah. Apparently, there is some collaboration with WWE. September 25th. There it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was this month, yeah.
Dude, that's... I'm going to be seated for that. That's just all there is to it.
Fuck that piece of shit.
I'm sure there's going to be some new revelation on there that we had no idea, but... I mean,
yeah, probably.
I'm hoping it's going to open with some of the more lighthearted Vinceisms, like his hatred of sneezing.
Yeah, I would love that. Or Christian's face.
Yeah, like he wanted to put a blue dot over his face anytime he was on TV. Speaking of, we should get the Bash in Berlin, because
oh yes, true.
It was. I mean, it's a WWE. It's a B show. It's their first time in Berlin in I don't remember how long. Oh, God.
27 years, Alex.
Thank you, sir, for having that at the ready. But,
27.
Yeah. I don't think there was anything on this card that people were like concerned about as far as like, oh, what's gonna happen. This was just gonna be like a fun fucking show, and that's what it was.
And it was, yeah. From beginning to end, pretty much. Because we opened up with the undisputed WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens.
Yeah, just a blast.
It was great. I mean, you're seeing two friends face off, you know, and Kevin couldn't hurt his friend.
This is the first time for that. Like, this is the first time Kevin Owens did not turn on somebody and completely demolish them.
I loved this storytelling. Like, we all knew, don't get me wrong, we all knew Cody was going to walk away with this. There was no way they were going to put the belt onto Kevin Owens. And I think there's a big reason for that. Because of that, they're starting to do that storyline of 7-8 years since he's held a belt. This is going to be the push for him to go after Gunther or Braun Breaker, in my opinion. And for him to have this new rise. I think this is them testing the waters with that. It was a good match. It was actually a really, really good match for an opener. I think the crossroads, the multiple crossroads that we got from Cody was awesome. Kevin got, some stunners in and looked like an overall beast.
Dude, the way Cody sold those stunners, thing of beauty. I loved it. Like, he was selling like The Rock used to in the early 2000s when he
Yes.
took a stunner.
It actually had that Rock v Stone Cold vibe about it, to be honest with you, but with the mix of actually being friends.
Yeah.
It was Cole and what's his face as commenters for Bash at Berlin.
That was Wade. It was Wade Barrett.
Wade.
Bad News Barrett.
Yeah. Okay, it's got to be said. His name, Bad News Barrett, is very on fucking point. I have many things to say about this. Many things to say because I was bitching the entire Bash at Berlin about him and just him.
Dude,
Just
he's a heel. He's a heel commentator.
Oh, he was making me so goddamn mad. So goddamn mad. No, I know he is. I know he is, but I was still getting mad. He said they were fake friends.
Mm-hmm.
That I heard fraud friends a couple times for a different match. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I would turn around in the middle of cooking and be like, explain to Christina how that's not true and how they're actually really good friends. And it doesn't matter how long you've been friends for. Sometimes you can be friends for 1 year and become best friends. Or you can be like us, where we've been friends for like 20 something years and be best friends. It don't matter. It don't matter. Motherfuck.
Oh, you're heated about this.
Oh my God. I was bitching the whole time. And Christina was just like, I know they're friends. Okay. I get it. They're friends.
Yeah.
He's just trying to make you mad. I was like, well, it's working.
Yeah.
It's working.
He's very effective at being a heel commentator.
Oh, it was great. Like, kayfabe aside, it was actually really fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He had some great funny moments. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, God. Yeah. No, Wade and Michael Cole working together right now is pretty great, considering that we don't have Pat while, was it college football's going on?
When it moves to Netflix, he will be back.
Yeah, which is January 6th, I think, is the date that they've confirmed for it.
I believe you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is such. Why does January 6th pop up a lot?
Because it's just the way calendars work there.
So
It happens once a year.
Yeah.
Does it, Walsh?
Yeah, you've been through almost 40 of them now.
I feel like I have been in the past year, maybe 4. I don't know. Time moves differently nowadays.
It does. It's all wonky.
I would have to give this match an A, personally.
Oh, yeah. No, this was just a blast. Like, I didn't have, like, the finish in question at any point. I knew what the result was going to be in my head. But they still put in the work to make you try and believe it could go the other way.
Okay. But hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
This entire match led up to one of the best moments in wrestling for me, which was Kevin trying not to cry while leaning over the ropes, and Cody not only getting a handshake but a hug.
Yeah, that's a rare thing in wrestling. God, since the beginning of time, is you don't see like wrestlers and like friends still like coexisting at the end of anything. Like,
yeah, usually that's the fallout. That's the fallout right there and then you're watching.
Yeah, like you never see friendship win almost.
Friendship won with that match. Let me tell you, I fucking loved it. This was probably my favorite match, honestly, of Bash at Berlin, just because of friendship winning in the end.
Yeah.
There was a lot of friendship wins in many ways in this series, which was kind of a theme, honestly, for Bash at Berlin. Weirdly enough.
Yeah, because we had Bianca and Jade next going against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for Women's Tag Team Championship. This one went a little long for me, just because I feel like when you have Bianca and Jade as a tag team, they should be dominant as all hell. Like, every match they should be in should be a squash. Like, it should be over in 3 seconds.
But Wade said they're fraudulent friends.
They're fraudulent friends, yeah.
The Unholy Union, they've been friends for 10 years. So, fraud friends don't win against 10 friends. 10-year friends.
10-year friends. 10-minute friends.
Honestly, I think the reason why it went the way it did was because the Unholy Union was trying to capitalize on Jade Cargill having a temper. it seems like that's kind of an angle they're kind of trying to push forward right now. And yeah, I think it could have been shortened by a few minutes, but it was a good match.
Yeah, like overall, like that, it's, there was nothing wrong with it. I just, in my personal like headcanon and booking, Bianca and Jade should be so fucking dominant that like it should be unquestionable that they are gonna power through everybody. Like it should be like the Road Warriors back in the day, where they just show up, destroy everything, leave. But I get, okay, no, we can't have that. We want to, pad out the show a little bit. We want Jade specifically to have more experience in the ring, have, a veteran like Bianca guiding her, until the point where they fucking split and they have their main event against each other at WrestleMania, because that's going to hit like crack.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. And let me tell you, I love the EST, but I think the Storm will take that one.
Dude, it could go either way, and I'm still going to be happy about it,
Same. And it is inevitable, but we're also forgetting about Naomi here. I know these two are the tag team champions now. Spoiler.
Spoiler for something that already happened.
But we're forgetting about Naomi. This is a three-way friendship.
Yeah.
This is some Three Musketeers shit, and when they fall, it's going to be a fall.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to watch because they have such great chemistry right now. Where them being, like we're the theme of the show, friends, and that coming through on the screen is wonderful. But just the way that they work together, when they're cooperating and then when they're going against each other is going to be something completely different. And I'm going to be ready for it.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, you remember at was it the Royal Rumble? I believe was where Jade made her debut, and those two had to square up for a moment.
And they went toe to toe doing military presses of other wrestlers.
Yeah, like I expect nothing but craziness out of a match between those two, and it's going to happen sooner, probably rather than later. Probably within a year. Yeah, would be my guess.
It's the Brock Lesnar Goldberg match that we never got.
Yeah, good. That's a good way to put it.
Like the good version of that.
Yes, like the actually professional version of that. Yeah. But it was a great match. What we got between those two and the Unholy Union, the 10-year friends. I think this. I would rate this one an A still, but A minus.
Yeah, like it
just needed to shorten up a little.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Guys, love their gear. The acid green looked fucking rad.
Yo, hell yeah. These brighter colors that they're going with nowadays just fucking slaps, man.
Dude, love it. The opposite of friendship was next, the strap match versus Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, I think Walsh, you watched this match, right?
I did.
Yeah. All right.
I saw most of it anyway.
Since you're like probably the biggest CM Punk mark we know on the planet, why don't you explain the match? He does.
I got a good price. He comes with pancakes.
All you have to do is sell a Nathan Frazier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's surprisingly cheap.
It's true.
Yeah. So, okay. A strap match, there's different variations.
It's confusing.
It's very confusing.
I had no idea.
The basic idea is it's just two wrestlers tied together with a strap. And they've got to tap the four turnbuckles.
Yeah,
each corner.
the four corners.
The four corners. There's different variations on it. And this one, like, okay, the structure of a strap match is cool. It's very interesting. It's a high stakes stipulation. It's a good brawl for, okay, we want to do something with no disqualification, but add a little wrinkle to it.
Right.
It's got great drama in it. The only problem with this particular variation is the finish is very anticlimactic.
Yeah, and it's funny enough that you say that, Alex, because honestly, you could tell Punk knew it too. he was trying to hype up the crowd right before finishing it.
Mm-hmm.
So
They made the moment with the bracelet was better than the finish.
yes. Oh my god. Okay, that's one of the many reasons I will still give this an S tier rating.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had a lot of gripes with this match. Don't get me wrong, but it was still an amazing match.
Yeah.
What I loved the most about it, this whole thing, it was about a fucking bracelet, not a title, not a belt, a fucking bracelet, and one that means nothing to the company technically.
Yeah.
And that's fucking wrestling, brother. That's wrestling.
Dude, there was a handful of moments in this match that I really loved. Number one, Punk coming out wearing white, just foreshadowing that somebody's going to bleed. Because anytime a wrestler's wearing white, you're like, okay, somebody's bleeding. It's happening.
Yep. Not going to lie, though. Didn't expect it to be Punk initially, but it makes the most sense why it would be Punk.
Yeah. I also loved when Drew had Punk up on his shoulders and he was going to each turnbuckle and Punk was just slyly slapping it immediately after him, trying to sneak it away.
That was probably my favorite part of the match, other than him getting the bracelet.
Yeah.
That was hilarious, and we needed more of that in this match.
Yeah. I gotta say, I really felt like that final GTS was really just Punk trying to hype the crowd up, because Drew McIntyre was done. He was out. But like he really wanted to at least get one more pop out of the crowd before, calling it the night.
Yeah, I think what helped still kind of sell that last one, because we didn't really need it, but was him struggling to actually lift Drew.
Yeah.
Because I think at that point, Drew was done. Like, he was like, I'm not going to be able to help you lift me at this point. I'm tired.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he still managed to do it. It looked like he might have hurt his knee, though, in the attempt. It buckled a little bit.
He may have just been working. He may have actually tweaked his knee. We won't know until probably next week.
Yeah, true. But honestly, it just needed to be. This is another one of those that just needed to be tightened up. It just needed to be shorter.
Yeah, it was almost 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think it needed to be about 15.
And
really, I thought the next one was pretty long.
Oh yeah, the mixed tag team match.
Oh yeah,
Terror Twins, Damian Priest,
and
Rhea Ripley.
The one after that.
Oh, you're talking main event. We'll get to that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
we'll get to that one.
The mixed.
I forgot about this one.
Yeah, Judgment Day versus Terror Twins. This one was fun for me.
I liked the match. Yeah.
Yeah, this was just fun. Like Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley just battering the shit out of them for almost 15 minutes. The Canadian Destroyer that Liv hit on the outside from the ring steps, throwing Rhea into the barricade. That was something else, dude. That was great.
I think my only gripe with this match, personally, is I'm not sold on the Terror Twins name yet.
No, the name sucks. It's not the worst name in WWE. That title belongs to Pure Fusion Collective. That's the worst name in WWE. Yes. But it's, until they come up with something better, it's fine. It's not terrible. The alliteration is a bit much, but whatever.
I feel like we're about to hear a song, that song that goes, "We're the two best friends that anyone could have," when they come walking out and it doesn't happen. Like, I don't know. It just does. It's weird. I'm just not sold. But the match.
I'm seeing that scene from that 70s show with Eric and the kid from Third Rock from the Sun. Let me tell you about my best friend.
Oh man,
that would be I would love to see that. I'd love to see the two of them doing that, like do like a road, like they're on the road together driving. They're driving buddies, and that's just the song.
And they're in like a road runner, like a 1974 road runner.
Yeah. Oh god, just playing the greatest hits of all of the Best Friend songs.
Hell yeah. I think this was the best way to separate, though, Judgment Day from these two. I think the match did do that very well. It showed the differences, and I think this is further putting Damien and Rhea into more of like the, I don't want to say baby face, but face category.
Yeah.
There was some dirty tricks done, as you do when you have a convict like Dirty Dom on your team. But at the end of the day, the Terror Twins it feels weird saying
You could just say Priest and Rhea, or Damien and Ripley, or Priest and Ripley, or Damien and Rhea.
The Priest Rhea matchup.
Yeah.
Mashup. You know what? They dominate, man, just regardless. But you put those two together in an intergender match, and it sells me more on intergender matches. Like, I don't know, man. It was just something like, because you expect Rhea to be able to pull like a China and be able to pick up anybody, and riptide anybody,
especially little Dom.
What was that line that Cole had about Dom wearing skeleton gear and saying, "Oh, of course that's appropriate for Dom. He's nothing but skin and bones."
He's nothing but skin and bones. Yeah. Oh man. I got to give it to Liv though, man. She really, really sold a lot of those hits she took, and she took a beating this match.
I gotta say, Liv is one of the wrestlers that is very lucky that she's had the time that she's had, because they were completely misusing her for years, and she's been putting in the work behind the scenes, and it's paid off. Like,
this iteration is awesome. I love it.
Like the months that they had her just like doing like backstage vignettes or the pre-taped stuff where it's just her getting into a bath and not saying anything, is thankfully so far in the past that it's almost forgotten about entirely.
Yeah, that sounds like a whole different genre of entertainment than wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of that back in the day, and it's been luckily been like pushed away over time. Because she's a great wrestler. I'd rather get storytelling from her in like how we're getting it now, where you can very much tell the character that she's playing at the moment is a mastermind, or like this iteration of her, of Liv, but she's a mastermind pretending to not be.
Yeah.
And just being conniving, but really it's like she's playing 4D chess essentially.
She's just
manipulating. And I love it.
Going the Marilyn Monroe route.
It's just good. Yeah. It's good storytelling. I love it.
Also, I want to give her credit for just dialing in her finishing maneuver, the Oblivion. And like when she first started using it, it was kind of like so, but like these days she hits it and it just looks great.
Looks awesome.
Yeah.
I really like how she reads the room and like the area around her. She has a lot of situational awareness in the ring. I think it really shows.
Yeah, it pays off in dividends. And also, I gotta say, I think this might have been my most fun match of the show. Like, I wouldn't say it's like the best wrestling overall, but I think I had the most fun, like, overall with this, because like the story was fun, the match itself was fun, the build was fun, everything about it like worked for me here.
Yeah, it kept elevating over time. You kept getting more from both Rhea and Damien in counteracting, their old friends and just laying the hurt down on them all. I mean, if you were trying to sell them as beasts, you did it.
Yeah,
you did it.
Now, main event, Gunther versus Randy Orton. Walsh. You said it was too long.
Yep.
I'm guessing you haven't seen a lot of Randy Orton matches in your day.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Like, I watched what I felt like was a lot of it, and then went and had a cigarette, and came back, and it was still going.
Yeah. I mean, despite packing on the pounds, Randy Orton still moving at the same speed he's always moved, which is slow. And
oh my God.
Not taking a lot of bumps, doing a lot of headlocks, and just dragging out a match.
Yeah, I do agree with Walsh. This was too long. Randy was moving real slow at points, and like it took him 5 minutes, I think, like almost literally 5 minutes to get the stairs set up.
Yeah.
I wish I was joking. I don't think I am. I think that was 5 minutes.
They're like, oh, they're so heavy as he's pushing them across the ground and then picks up the other one. It's like, do you want some consistency or are you just going to fucking wing it?
He's just going to fucking wing it. Look, he's in the twilight of his career at this point.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck anymore. I mean, he didn't give much of a fuck to begin with, but it's a different level of not giving a fuck. Before it was, I don't give a fuck who I piss off. Now it's, I don't give a fuck. I'm just having fun, Randy.
Yeah, well, because this is the dad version of Randy, who cares about being a dad and all that. And so, like, he's in that, like, I'm gonna put other people over right now. And what better way to sell Gunther than to have a rematch because your one shoulder wasn't all the way down, and have Gunther essentially beat your ass despite you giving him the hurt too. It really sold the idea that Gunther deserves the belt. I just think it could have been shortened a bit.
Look, the whole reason this was on the card, why it was the main event, was because it's in Berlin, it's Gunther, and they needed a win for him to cement his legacy and his title reign. That's what this was all about.
He's basically from Berlin.
Yeah, I mean, Austria's right there. Come on. They're basically in the same country.
Oh, God, yeah, I made this joke last night. Oh, God. So, he is an Austrian artist who has called Germany his home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Derek, don't forget.
I don't know how much.
The original version, when they changed his name from Walter to Gunther, was originally named after a notorious U-boat captain.
Yeah. No, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that. It's just wild to me.
I know.
It's just wild to me. But I mean, you had to have this match regardless. The win was against Orton at was
King
that Royal Rumble or King of the Ring? Thank you.
Yeah.
Was sullied
King of the Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble Kings. Was sullied because we all saw that Orton's one shoulder wasn't down, and I know we bitched about it on this show.
I know, but this is also one of those times where you can turn the negative into a positive.
Yes, where they actually used a real life like mishap to their advantage, and I love that because I think it solidifies Gunther's position even more as the champ.
Yeah, it removes any doubt.
Yes. I like that they did the whole like I'm going to hurt Gunther's arm. We're going to do some more technical stuff. What did Orton never actually landed a real RKO?
No, he did.
Match,
he got
did
one.
He?
He got one.
Oh, he did get one? Okay, he did get one. I was going to say, because he tried multiple times and kept falling short. Gunther was able to push him off and stuff. It was good wrestling still. Yeah. I think I'd give it a B, though, because the time really, I think, affected this match.
Yeah, it's one of the symptoms of having a Randy Orton match where it's just going to go long. That's
True.
what it is. That's how he wrestles. It's how he's always wrestled. He likes to do the rest holds. He likes to do things that are long, drawn out. I think he picked it up from Triple H, honestly.
Well, I mean, they call him the Viper for a reason because he takes his time.
Yeah.
So.
And then he strikes out of nowhere.
Yeah, a very slow strike.
He's still got one of the best power slams in the business, though.
Oh, hell yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Oh. Hell yeah, he does. No, nothing against him at all. I just, this was so slow.
Really, I think what happened is he was in the back by catering again and was just eating Nutella by the spoonful and was just slowing him down.
Randy, you're up.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you know what? I wouldn't doubt that because his motherfucking entrance, holy shit, that was 30 minutes just for him to get near the ring. Not even to it, near it. Jesus fucking Christ. I was like, hurry up.
It's all right. It's all right.
And then fucking Kaiser comes out here and he's like, I'm going to do a 20-minute fucking speech about the Ring General.
Okay, that was great, though. That was great. He sold that shit. It was
He
fun.
did. He did sell the shit out of it. I'm just being pissy to be pissy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I bring that up because it was a weird moment, but it sold for me hard.
Yeah, it worked.
It
totally worked.
Kaiser just willing to be like this super exaggerated fuckboy is hilarious.
I think that and his move where he removes Gunther's jacket with one arm with doing the spin are like the top tier things that he can do in a show for me.
So good. He plays the stooge really well. He plays the part well, and I can't wait for him to backstab Gunther because it's gonna happen.
We'll see that, and like I just can't wait for Gunther to batter the shit out of him. Just like chop him till he bleeds on his chest.
Oh yeah, which Gunther did leave a mark on Orton. I will say there was some lines going across here. He did leave a mark. He didn't make him bleed though. It's got to be said.
Just bleed.
Just bleed. All that for a drop of blood.
So we got definitely some more blood in the future because AEW All Out September 7th. Yeah. Saturday.
Yeah, this upcoming Saturday.
Yeah. God. Yep. There's a lot to be said about them at least putting some time in between these two pay-per-views and not having them directly back-to-back. That really benefits them with just like the one Dynamite and the go-home Dynamite in between. I know there's still like Collision and Rampage, but most people just watch Dynamite. They don't watch the rest of the extra shows that they have, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like one of the 12 people who watched After Dark, so.
Or Elevation.
Yeah, or Elevation as well. Yeah.
Elevation and Dark were the best podcasts on wrestling ever.
Yeah.
Couple of things on this match show card. We got Will Nightingale and Statlander Chicago Street Fight.
Nice.
Definitely gonna see some Chicago style dogs involved in that. I can see it happening already. Somebody's going into a hot dog cart.
Yep.
We're getting Mercedes Moné versus Sheeta. That's gonna fucking slap. Sheeta's a badass. She's a killer.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that match.
Mm-hmm. MJF versus Daniel Garcia. That's gonna be a blast. Like, they just heated up Daniel Garcia by making him pop up at Wembley, and just the in-ring promo that he cut was probably the best one he's ever done of his career, when he was telling the MJF that, like, no, it's my fetish to make you suffer. And that mic throw, he hit him in the fucking face with the mic from the ring.
He did.
Yeah.
He actually did, yeah. Not staged.
Him. Yeah, he nailed him. And then Will Ospreay and Pac, that was a great fucking sell on that. Because Ospreay came out and Pac just appeared out of nowhere, hit him with a poison Rana. And just like, no, you don't get to talk. We got to have our match first before you get to say anything to anybody else. You're mine.
Oh, so good.
And the one that I think we're all looking forward to, Hangman Adam Page and Swerve in a fucking steel cage. Ooh, yeah.
Steel cage.
Steel cage. Steel
cage. Steel cage.
Oh.
Yeah, that was gonna be good. I'm looking forward to that. Those two going up against each other, it always slaps.
Yeah,
so
they make magic. That
they
is
do
wrestling magic. Main event, of course, Bryan Danielson versus Jack Perry. He's gonna beat the shit out of that little kid. He's gonna kick his fucking head in.
He's gonna go running home to Daddy Cage.
Yeah, that would be an interesting turn. Christian Cage does have a title opportunity in his future whenever he wants.
Yep.
Could be.
I'm expecting it, and he's gonna be like, "Show me what you did wrong," and then he's gonna be like, "Watch how a dad does it."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me show you how to be a real father.
You fatherless wench.
God. Oh, we're not getting on him today. No. He's enough of an embarrassment on his own. We don't need to drag him anymore down.
True.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
But yeah, good fucking wrestling coming up.
Yeah, we've had some good wrestling. These were some good PLEs, and I'm looking forward to some more PLEs.
Yeah, we got some great stuff coming up. I don't know what's going to happen with a couple of people going forward. Like, I don't know if we're going to get another Drew McIntyre and CM Punk match in the near future.
Punk literally post-show had said that he's now looking at moving on beyond Drew. Their thing is settled now that he has the bracelet back, and he's coming after after Gunther.
Yeah, after Gunther. Good.
Yeah, get that belt.
Yeah, like you need a world champ on your roster as CM Punk. It's gotta happen.
Well, I mean, we kind of called this a little bit with how like Punk had too many. He was like Stretch Armstrong, and they've kind of started to bury all these. So they, I shouldn't say bury, but kind of like stopped
They're
the
focusing
heat.
it.
Yeah. So
like they just dragged the feud out like one extra like cycle. I think they didn't need the extra month and the last match on it, you know?
Yeah, but I gotta admit, when Punk got the bracelet back, man, I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I just think it should have happened at SummerSlam.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But I'll take it because it felt earned.
Yeah, it did feel earned. And then one last thing before we go. Have you guys seen LA Knight's new shirt?
The one he walked in with?
No, the new one that he has for sale.
No.
It's him in place of Washington crossing the Delaware holding the U.S. title.
That's awesome.
It's so awesome. This might be like one of the first WWE shirts I buy in a long time because usually their stuff is pretty cringe. But this is just like too absurd to not love.
I want this.
And then the little quote at the bottom is just, yeah, LA Knight.
I want this. Oh, it's so good.
Just a plain T-shirt that just says "Shoes of a Champion."
Oh, I would love that too. I would love that too. Here, Walsh, I'm putting it in stream or Discord.
Yeah.
Chat the link. Oh, that's so good. I fucking want that.
Yeah. Which leads me to the final thing. We've got like a week of voting, and the night shift is still in the lead on the community name.
It is.
Yeah, I've got some mock-ups of new merch for whatever community name is, takes the lead by the end of it. And I'm starting, night shift's growing on me. I might have something cooked.
Yeah.
I might have something cooked up.
It's grown on me too.
Yeah, I think I'm going to close the poll after we record next podcast.
Okay, so one more week.
You got
The
one
next
more week.
podcast will know the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Night Owls is in second, and has Midnight Squad even gotten? I think it got one vote.
It's got at least one vote. It's at 5% right now.
Yeah, that's one vote probably because there's only 20 votes at the moment. If you want to vote, you still have time. Get those votes in. Let us know.
Yeah, you got 1 week left. It's on the YouTube page under the community tab.
We don't have any stuff in the community section, so it's real quick, and it's also on top. So whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, vote. Let us know. Are you a night shifter? Are you more of like a night owl? Are you like
a member of the Midnight Squad?
Damn it, Alex.
Oh yeah, I had to beat you to it one last time.
You have that one amazing thing that we didn't think of that everyone's going to be like, yeah, that.
Yeah, I was thinking Knights of the Round Table for a minute there. I thought that would be fun, but it's too much, It's too many words, too many syllables.
Yeah.
It immediately shoots my brain to Monty Python anyway.
That's not a bad thing. I love me some Monty Python. Everyone loves Monty Python.
Part of me thought 1001 Nights, but like we have like 9.3k subscribers right now as of recording, so we can't do 1001. So
no, it just doesn't work. But
then
it is over 9,000.
Oh no! You had to.
I had to.
It's over 9,000.
Uh-oh.
All right. We'll see y'all next week on your next night off. Until then, remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Go to the community tab on the YouTube page for those folks listening on, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Overcast, wherever you get your, goods and podcasts from. But until then, say goodnight, boys.
All right, everybody.
I can't help myself, everybody.
Yes, you can.